Hi everyone and welcome back to Efficient Gaming. Today we're covering Witcher Monster Slayer again and our third monster week. This one is on a rare monster, which is our first rare monster, the Stinger. As usual, we're going to run through our time tasks, so let's have a look. Okay, so we're just going to read through the time tasks for this week. Even though I've already completed them all, we can still read them, which I like. So we've same rewards as normal. We get the 2 monster bait, the crafting station, and the 500 gold. Although you can't see that at the moment because I've already claimed it. So what looked easy, kill 3 stingers, was actually one of the more difficult ones. Because it's a rare monster, it's not going to spawn on the map anywhere near as much as when we had our first week, which was the Wild Wearer. These were quite difficult to find, and that is the reason why this video is like 4 days into our week, but hopefully it still helps some people out. So kill 3 stingers is obvious, you know how to do that. Kill 5 monsters from the cursed class without dealing any steel or fire damage. Right, so I'm going to show you a quick video which I pre-recorded on that. So I actually found this easiest to complete on the Wild Wearer. 1, because it was spawning a lot more than the stingers and any of the other cursed monsters, and 2, because it's easier to beat. So we're doing this without using any, steel or fire damage. So we're just going to use a standard silver sword, which eliminates our steel, and we're just not going to use our Igni. As long as we make sure we don't use Melith, and we don't use Igni or any of those sorts of spells, this should be quite easy. So as you can see, beating the monster quite easily. Now, even though they pushed a lot of bug fixes through with the most recent patch update, if we go and we have a look at our tasks now, we can see that it hasn't actually credited me for the one that I've killed, because that one was there previously. So I'm going to go kill another one, just to show you again. So we're going to use just our regular silver sword, not using steel, not using fire. This should be reasonably easy to complete, because the were-rats are spawning more so than these things are, which I presume they did so that we had something to actually complete. So to make short work of the monster, not using any fire, not using steel. And again, you should see that it doesn't credit us for doing that. However, I figured that's a bit wrong, so I just rebooted my app, literally just now, and cut that bit out, and you can see that it's given us the credit for those 2 that we just destroyed, or killed, or whatever you want to say, for the monsters that we've now laid to rest. Alright, so let's take a look at part 3. Part 3 is gather 50 vampire remains. Now, I'm not sure if someone from Spocko is out there watching my videos and saw my comment last week or the week before when I said gathering the remains maybe should be tied more to the potion that we needed to create, which is exactly what they've done this week. So we need to craft 10 cursed oils, which is our stage 4, and it's making sure that the task where we have to get the ingredients for ties in with the cursed oils. So to make 10 cursed oils, which is part 4, you need 50 vampire remains. Yes, that's right. So these tasks tie in nicely so that we don't have to do inventory management when we're killing the cursed monsters, as well as doing inventory management when we're just killing vampires, so that we can make those cursed oils. So they've streamlined it and made it flow a bit better, which I appreciate. And I'm sure the rest of you do as well. So that's part 3 and 4. Alright, part 5. Kill a stinger while using a potion, an oil, a bomb, and a sign. So this was actually the first stinger that I came across, and I thought I would do this with. So we're going to check this out now. Right, so that is what your stinger looks like on the map, just so that you've got an idea, because no one's ever seen these before. So we're going to attempt to kill a stinger, and we're going to kill it using a potion, an oil, a bomb, and a sign. Now, we unfortunately can't do the 6th part at the same time as well by doing it without kinetic or fire damage, because any bomb that you use deals some amount of kinetic damage, no matter what bomb it is. So you can't do both of these at once. Otherwise, I would. So we're going to use just a very basic bomb because we have to use a few different types of things, and I want to make sure that we get our sign, and our bomb off, as well as doing some regular damage with the sword. We're going to use the rest of the things that are appropriate, though. I'm not going to use any more damage modification. We're using a swift potion to increase our health. So the only extra damage we're getting is from the cursed oil that we're using. And we're just going to use Melith, because that gives us the option of finishing it off quickly if we want to. Alright, so we're going to get a few hits in with the sword. We're going to defend, get our perfect defense, use our bomb, see how much damage it deals. Alright, so now we're just finishing this off. We're going to use our sign in a second. Yep. So that's it, we're done. As long as we defeat this monster, we're going to have completed this task, and we're doing plenty of damage, so that's going to happen. I'm just going to make sure that I use 2 different kinds of signs, just to make sure that it works, because sometimes it doesn't consider Quen, yes, as much of a damage dealing sign as it does things like Ard or Igni. So first time we kill our monster, we get some remains, it's all good, and it will show us that we have now completed that task. And we're going to claim that. So that's our 5th task done. That was with the first stinger that I found. So now we're going to go on to part 6, which is kill a stinger without dealing any kinetic or fire damage. Now again, I think this is quite easy, but I am reasonably powered up, so I'm killing the stinger without using any potions at all. I am just using my standard or manticore silver sword. Is what I'll be using. And we're just going to go ahead and fight the monster as normal. Just making sure that we don't use our Igni or our hard spells. So I'm free to use Quen, which I will be using, because all that does is reflect damage. And then obviously the rest of the battle is the rest of the battle. You know how to fight a monster, I don't need to tell you that. But as you can see, that was relatively easy for us, and now we've got that task complete. Now, if you're finding it difficult to kill stingers, there's no reason that you can't use potions and oils for this. Just make sure you don't use any bombs, or cast your Igni spell, or use the Melith sword, because that obviously does fire damage. So as you can see there, I've only got 1 more stinger to kill before the end of the week, which I have done now by the time I'm recording the video. So it's great to see that Spocko have listened and they've implemented some of the changes that I suggested, whether that is direct listening or whether they've noticed the same things that I have based on the way people have completed the tasks, because I guarantee you they've got all the information from which tasks we complete each week, which ones we don't, which ones we complete first. They'll have that all in their database and they'll be monitoring that just to see how they can improve on the monster weeks. But all in all, good changes this week. And the only other thing that I wanted to do this week was run through some of the what's new. I'm not going to cover all of it. So it's up here in the December lineup. So we've got Monster Week. That was the first one. We talked about the Wild Were-Rat. We're going to discover whatever for ourselves on the 8th of December, which was our stinger. In mid-December, Leshens will gather to attack the area. Get ready for new Witcher tasks related to them. So now, based on the fact that they are Leshens, that's going to be requiring us to make some, or again, based on everything that they've done so far, it's going to want us to make some relic oil. So if we're going to have a very quick look now at our crafting, I'm just going to click on that one for example, and go to oils. We're going to look at what we need to make relic oil. So if you want a head start on making the oils and collecting the ingredients, now if they follow the path from this week, then they're going to ask us to make to collect those ingredients anyway, so don't worry, it's not a huge advantage. But if you want to start stocking up so that you can make the oils right at the beginning, then what you'll want for relic oil is the elemental remains. So if you want to start preparing for next week, when we're going to be getting some lessons, which are of the relic class, you'll want to defeat some elemental monsters, such as the gargoyles and the pixies, and start collecting the elemental remains to make relic oil. That's it. Other than that, I can't think of any other way to prepare, other than making sure that you've got some bag space set up, or leveling up your character. But that's all for this week. Look forward to doing another video for you next week. Hopefully you're all still finding these useful, even if they come out on the weekend. I guess technically you've still got 4 days to use the information, so... but yeah, stingers are hard to find. I have only found 3 the entire time I've been playing, which again isn't much because I'm busy with other things, but yeah, you might have to actually venture out and look for them. They only seem to spawn during the day. I've not seen one at night. So my only other tip is, over this weekend, go out and look for some stingers, and that's the way you'll get it finished, along with the other tips that I've given you. But thanks everyone for watching, and we'll catch you later. Bye.